The views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect those of any major corporation whatsoever. This week on the Pope on Film podcast, we are covering a long-lost film about some very touchy subjects.
Yes.
Racism, slavery. How do we cover topics as controversial as slavery and racism? How do we do that? How do we even begin to discuss such difficult, hot-button issues?
Yes.
Do we discuss them seriously and with much sensitivity?
That's not our style.
Do we tackle these topics head on and talk frankly and openly about them?
Not quite us.
Or, hear me out here, okay?
Okay.
Okay, just hear me out. Crazy idea, left field, but just hear me out. How about we get slavery and racism and we Donald Trump the hell out of it? This is how we Donald Trump it. What if we also discuss a shit ton of other more controversial topics to distract people from the racism and slavery?
Yes.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? So, this week, will we be talking about slavery and racism? Perhaps. But hey, the real story this week is about our very controversial discussion about how abortions are radical.
Yes.
All the cool kids are having unprotected sex.
Mm-hmm.
Pornography, wonderful thing. Underage drinking, give it a try. Donald Trump is a Sid and Marty Krofft villain puppet who was raped by a drunken real estate developer and was turned into a real boy by the magical power of Jared Fogel's 6-inch footlong. The Big Bang Theory is not a funny show. And finally, of course, the Bible is a lie and we need another Holocaust because everyone is an idiot.
Yes.
Why are you yelling at me?
So with that out of the way, this week on the Pope on Film, we will be watching, ripping, and altogether shitting on the 1946 redheaded stepchild of the Disney World, the Oscar award-winning Song of the South.
Yes.
Or, as to add a little bit of culture to the mix, or, as it's called in French, Les Song of the South. I do not know French.
Okay.
I do not know French. Les Song of Les South, I believe, is what it is called.
Emerald might know.
Yeah, she might. This film is what rednecks who wave Confederate flags think slavery was.
Yes. Very much.
This film
Because it looks like fun. It does look like fun.
Yeah. This film is Southern porn.
Mm-hmm.
This film is an integral part of the Paula Deen School of History.
Yes.
Yes? Put her in her chair. Okay. Where is her chair? Okay. Let me. Oh, I'm getting the chair. This is a good noise. The tray is in the sink, covered with a bunch of things. Hold on, buddy.
Got a whole banana.
Okay.
Sorry, Bunny.
It's okay.
I didn't expect.
Well, I got to. I gotta go catch the baby, put her in the seat. I can't one-hand that.
Sorry.
It's fine. Eleanor's so happy, baby, with her banana. Okay, there you go. We are good. Okay, back to the show. Now, right off the bat, before we get into the actual movie, we found this film on archive.org, and it definitely should not be there.
No.
I don't know how it is there, but it definitely should not be there. Because whether or not Disney wants to admit this film's existence, it's still a Disney film. It's not like Disney lost the rights to it.
Right.
Disney owns the rights. Disney just doesn't want to release it because that would be a media circus.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it absolutely should not be there. I don't know how it's there, but hey, listeners, if you want a fairly decent copy of Song of the South, just go to archive.org because it's there for free.
Mm-hmm.
And so is Destroy All Monsters. Destroy All Monsters.
Which Destroy All Monsters, I typed into archive.org on the off chance. I was like something came up on Facebook, God knows what, that just reminded me of Destroy All Monsters. And I was like,
okay.
Song of the South is on archive.org. It's not going to hurt me to check.
Yeah.
And I have been looking all over for Destroy All Monsters for a while now. And it popped up on archive.org, and I was like, mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, Destroy All Monsters is one of a handful of Godzilla films that I'm not 100% familiar with.
Yeah.
Like, there are Godzilla movies that I know forwards and backwards and inside out, like Plan 9 from Outer Space, but Destroy All Monsters isn't one of those. Like, I know the end sequence.
Yeah.
Where all of the monsters are fighting, and I have a very vague remembrance of what the plot is, but I haven't watched it that many times. It's one of those Godzilla film bait and switch movies where they say, all of the Godzilla monsters in one place. You're going to want to see Destroy All Monsters. And then you see the film and it's really like 90% boring drama you don't want to see.
Oh, no, not Destroy All Monsters.
Yeah.
Not Destroy All Monsters. Destroy All Monsters for like...
That's the one with all the monsters and they're being controlled. Yeah. And then at the end, they all like gather together to fight King Ghidorah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I only have a vague remembrance of this film. It's just one of those ones that of all the Godzilla films, for whatever reason, Destroy All Monsters is the hard one to find.
Yeah, for some reason they Toho has not put it out anywhere. And yes, this and Godzilla versus Megalon, for Christ's sakes, and I don't understand that in either case. Yeah. But Destroy All Monsters was in regular rotation on television when I was a kid, and this was always a movie that they would play whenever they played Godzilla Week, and this one is just my Godzilla jam.
Nice.
100%. If I think of a Godzilla movie, this is it.
Yeah. All right. Well, and speaking of that, yes, I found them. Now, they were under the bed. I was looking for my costume. Now, Song of the South, I grew up watching this on TV.
Yeah.
Or I should say, I grew up tuning the fuck out until the animated sequences came back.
Yes.
That is what I would do. But yeah, this movie would play on TV, early Sunday afternoon at like 2 p.m. on Channel 5 in Phoenix. And yeah, that'll never happen again.
Yeah.
Are you sure this is Trump Nation?
But you gotta love this movie, and I'll tell you why. Finally, Disney tells the truth about slavery. That slavery was awesome. That blacks loved slavery, and no one ever did anything bad at all, especially black Southerners. Finally, and white Southerners. Finally, the truth. This film shows us that slavery was just fine. Blacks loved it, and whites treated them A-okay.
It was slavery turned out to be it turned out to be a lot more about singing and dancing.
Yeah. That was the majority of what slaves did.
Yeah.
Is just sang and danced and told old folk stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Slavery was A-okay. Whites didn't do anything bad today. Zippity-doo-dah, Donald Trump hates the gays.
They were also happy and just smiling all the time.
Yeah. It was the best.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with slavery. In fact, most people don't know this. But I did some investigating.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't the only racist, sexist, offensive Disney film that Disney ever made and then swept under the rug. This is one of a series of movies. A series. This was part of a series of movies that Disney did, and they made these movies for decades. Throughout the decades, Disney was making offensive films and then sweeping it under the rug. It just so happens that Song of the South is the one that everybody knows about. I have a whole list here, a list of other wildly offensive Disney movies that Disney doesn't want you to know about. So, here's my list, okay? All of these films were made by the Walt Disney Corporation, and now they're trying to hide them from you, the public, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hooray for polio. This next one was a musical one. Make Mine AIDS.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you think, oh, boy. What about Donald Duck and the Jewish Menace? This next one was live action. Darby O'Gill and the Dirty Drunken Irish People. That one was a spin-off of Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Yeah.
Here's another spin-off. Snow White and the Seven Dumb Cripples. This one was animated, but it was really popular in Eastern Europe. The Happy Nazi and His Enchanted Shower. It's all about this happy Nazi and his magical shower and how he went, making sad Jews feel better.
Yes.
By getting into his magical shower. And let's not forget Disney's latest film. They just made this one. It's called Black Lives Matter When White People Say They Do.
Yeah.
All Disney animated films, all of them swept under the rug by a company desperate to forget its offensive past. Hey, we made this film, Song of the South, but it's offensive, and we understand that, so we're never going to release it on DVD. We're never going to release it on VHS. We're never going to release it on Blu-ray. This won't be available online to stream. You can't purchase this anywhere in America. This film does not exist. Now, let's make a wildly popular theme park ride based on it. Why the fuck does Splash Mountain exist? I often wonder this. Hey, they're building this new ride called Splash Mountain. It's supposed to be great. It's based on the Song of the South. None of you have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
None of you understand the gravitas of the words that just came out of your freaking mouth. Why would Disney spend millions of dollars to create a massive ride based on the movie they don't want people to know exists? And it's out there. And you go in this log, and it's a log ride, and suddenly you go inside of the mountain, and everyone's there singing, and there's all these animals. How did he do? Do, 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 do. And it's like, wait a second. How? Why? And it's so weird. I was talking to Amber about this, and Amber's like, what are you watching? And I said, I'm watching the Song of the South. And she says, what? And I was like, you have no idea what this is, do you? She says, no. And so I explained to her what Song of the South is. And she goes, oh my God, that's so offensive. I can't believe Disney made that. And I'm like, yeah, it's never been released. Literally, it's never been released in America. Well, I can understand why. And then I explained to her what Splash Mountain is. And it's like, wait a second, everybody loves Splash Mountain. Exactly. But people ride Splash Mountain, they have no idea what the fuck this is. That's what I believe. Like, literally, I would be waiting in line in Splash Mountain and going around asking people, do you know what this is? Do you know what Song of the South is? You ever seen the movie Song of the South? And yeah, no one has any fucking clue. So one of Disneyland and Disney World's most popular rides is based on a movie that no one knows because Disney is hiding it because of racism. That blows my mind.
Well, but that also had to play into calling it Splash Mountain to begin with. I mean, that's kind of a down low name for it.
Yeah. It's not Splash Mountain based on Song of the South. They don't even mention Song of the South. There's no Uncle Remus in the ride. There's no mention of the movie. There's no nothing. Yeah. There is no nothing. Yeah. Incredible. Blows my mind. What the fuck? Splash Mountain. Can't believe that. Can't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Its existence boggles my mind.
Yeah.
So let's do some stats. Song of the South is a 1946 animated / live action feature film, which puts it in 1946, which puts it in between The Three Caballeros and Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which I really, really like.
Okay.
Except not the Mr. Toad parts. I like the movie The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, but I always fast forward through Mr. Toad's Wild Ride to get to the story of Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman, Sleepy Hollow. That's a wonderful fucking little half-hour animated bit of fucking pure genius. The film was actually made during that penny-pinching post-war time when Disney was making cheap, short, audience-friendly Fantasia-type ripoffs like Melody Time and Make Mine Music and shit.
Yeah.
Like, we probably spent too much money on Fantasia and Pinocchio. Then we were taken over by the government during World War II. So here's a 59-minute animated movie featuring Roy Rogers and Edgar Bergen because we're kind of broke. That's when this movie was made.
Uh-huh.
The movie is loosely based on the Uncle Remus stories. Fun fact, Uncle Remus was in fact Teddy Roosevelt's white fucking uncle.
Nice.
Yeah, Uncle Remus never existed. It's just that Teddy Roosevelt's uncle would always be told these folk stories by his aunt. And so one day he literally just wrote down everything that his aunt said and published it in a magazine as like Francis Roosevelt's Brer Rabbit stories. Yeah. And Harper's Magazine is like, yeah, no, this sucks. We printed it and nobody liked it. And everyone says you can go to hell. So then Teddy Roosevelt's uncle is like, what if I come up with a fanciful character? So that's when he came up with like former slave Uncle Remus telling you his black stories from the cotton picking plantation. And it's like, yeah. So basically, fuck Teddy Roosevelt.
Yes.
This film is considered to be the first ever film by Disney to feature live action sequences. Apparently, Three Caballeros doesn't count.
Yeah.
But to be fair, The Three Caballeros was an animated film that featured some live action. This film is a live action film that features some animation.
That is correct. Yeah, that's how I would classify it.
Yeah. This is basically just a drama with some Disney film mixed in. The outdoor sequences, this blew my mind when I learned this. The outdoor sequences in Song of the South, all of the sequences outside of the plantation and outside, and they're running around and they're in the woods, it was all filmed in Phoenix, Arizona.
That's pretty southern.
Yeah, it's odd because it's also green.
Yeah.
Like, how did they fucking do that? But it is obvious if you know Phoenix, because if you look really closely, you can totally see Metro Center Mall in the background, and the roller coaster from Castles and Coasters in the background. Yeah. It's totally obvious. It's totally obvious. This fucking film won 2 Oscars, or technically 1.5 Oscars.
Yeah.
Because the film won Best Song for Zippity Doo Dah. Zippity doo dah, zippity yay. I fucked a bunch of dumb bitches today. All week I have been singing random and sometimes offensive versions of Zippity Doo Dah.
Yeah.
Zippity doo dah, zippity yay. I pimp slapped a bunch of crackers today. I've just been singing various versions, and then today I was playing with Maxwell and singing Zippity-doo-dah, and he had a little wrestling action figure, and he said, "Daddy, I don't know who this is. Who is this?" And I said, "Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is that guy's name. He was a wrestler. Dwayne is his name. Now he's an actor. His first name is Dwayne." It was perfect timing.
Yeah.
It was really perfect timing. So anyway, the film won Best Song for Song of the South, and then the guy who plays Uncle Remus, he didn't win Best Actor. No, they gave him an honorary Oscar for his role.
Okay.
So technically, the guy who plays Uncle Remus is the first black man to ever been given an Oscar, period.
Nice.
Yeah. So that guy, Uncle Remus,
just not a real one.
Yeah, just not a real one. So he got 1.5. So the film won 1.5 Oscars. Uncle Remus is played by actor James Baskett. He originally auditioned. He saw just an ad in the paper auditioning, and he originally auditioned to be a voice of one of the animated butterflies.
Okay.
Basically, he was auditioning to have like 2 lines in the movie, and the people were blown away by how he looked and the way he carried himself that they're like, "Wait a second, hold on, let me get the director in here." And the director saw him perform, and the director was blown away that the director was like, "Hold on, let me talk to some people." Whisper, whisper, whisper outside of the room. Next thing you know, Walt Disney comes in.
Yeah.
And imagine, this guy has only acted in a few like tiny bit roles here and there. He's never had anything major. He's been like a background actor, and suddenly Walt Disney walks in on your audition. And literally just like sits right in front of you. It's like, "What's your name?" "James." "Hi, I'm Walt Disney. Let's talk for a little bit." So next thing you know, this guy who was auditioning for a tiny little part, not only was he given the part of Uncle Remus, but he also voiced Brer Rabbit, which wasn't going to be, it was going to be voiced by a different person.
Yeah.
But James Baskett did such a good job that he played Uncle Remus and the voice of Brer Rabbit. Amazingly, this guy had fucking diabetes. And he was crazy sick during filming.
Really?
Yeah. Which is amazing because he does an amazing part. He puts so much just action and intensity into Brer Rabbit and stuff like that you wouldn't even know that this guy is like super sick.
Yeah.
He was not allowed to attend the premiere in Atlanta because of segregation. That's fucked up.
Nice.
And he was given his honorary Oscar. He died 4 months later at the age of 44.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of the diabetes, probably, I would imagine.
Yeah, from diabetes. The movie has never been released on home video ever in America.
Yeah.
It was never released in any video format. It was never on DVD in America, never in Blu-ray, never on VHS, never on beta. It was never released, but it is regularly available in most other countries.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely buy this on DVD in Britain, in Japan, in fucking Mexico. You just can't get it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, the film is racist as hell. Fuck Disney. This is Southern porn.
Mm-hmm.
But I will give it credit, because if there's one thing I like from a Disney film, it's hearing their cheesy, stereotypical, angelic Disney chorus.
Uh-huh.
Is sometimes they close a film, sometimes they open a film, sometimes, like in this week's film, they will open and close a film.
Yes.
Because, like I swear, about 80% of Disney films will end with an angelic Disney chorus going, oh,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the end of the film. Like, even fucking Aladdin does that.
Because, again, the South, during the time of slavery, was a beautiful, magical place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course the angels sing.
Yeah.
All is right with the world.
Yeah. So I've got a breakdown of the plot and a bizarre fan theory as to the ending of this film that I don't know if anybody else. I either everyone agrees with me or it's just me who believes this, but we're going to break down the plot of this film. But before we do, maybe we should take a break. A last break. Should we take a last break?
We should take a break.
Okay, we will. We will be right back with more of the Pope on Film. Hi, Eleanor. After these commercial messages. Oh, hi, baby. High five? Yeah. Do 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 do.
There's more stupidity than hydrogen in the universe, and it has a longer shelf life.
Missionary Position Impossible.
Something unknown, something unforeseen, something unspeakable lives below, and it lives to destroy. They have risen.
We created the perfect soldier from cheap hoodlums and thugs, and a good number of pathological murderers and sadists as well. We called them the Totem Corps, the Death Corps, creatures more horrible than any you can imagine.
From beyond the dead, from beneath the living, from the depths of hell's ocean, everything they touch will die in the deep. Shockwaves.
Give me the flashlight.
We'll be left with nothing but that oil lamp.
You don't need it. I need all the help I can get out there. Now let me have it.
Starring the masters of shock, John Carradine and Peter Cushing.
You are indeed very stupid. Now it is too late.
Now, the total horror has begun. Now, there is no way out. Now, the ocean becomes a graveyard. The faster you run, the quicker you die. Because once they were almost human. Shockwaves, the deep end of horror.
So 5 days ago, in the morning, they released the Justice League trailer on YouTube. Then, later that day, they released the Thor Ragnarok trailer on YouTube. Both of the movies are coming out this November. It's been 5 days. The Justice League trailer has been seen on YouTube 26 million times. Thor Ragnarok has been seen 31 million times. And it had less time.
Yeah.
That makes me so fucking happy. They announced in an interview that about 80% of the new Thor movie was ad-libbed.
I am
you
back.
told me that.
That makes me so happy. You know?
That makes me a
That makes
little
me so-
nervous.
That makes me happy because it that literally does mean that they are what we are doing in the shadowsing the Marvel universe.
Yeah,
know?
I'm just worried about a Marvel cast being able to do something like that.
That's why in the article they literally said that they had like the writers there, like off to the side and literally telling people like, okay, now say this. Okay, now ask him about this. Okay, now act this way. The director literally said, I'll straight up give a line reading to Anthony Hopkins. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll tell Anthony Hopkins, say this.
Like what is it? Chris Hemsdale is Thor? Hemsworth. Either he or Chris Evans. I know Chris Evans isn't in Thor, but neither one of them have shown me that they are really competent actors yet. They've shown me that they can do a particular role very, very well, you know? But if we're looking at Chris Hemsworth to improvise, that makes me nervous. Robert Downey, I bet you he can improvise his fucking ass off.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know?
You've got to see those wonderful Team Thor short films.
Yeah.
That the director of What We Do in the Shadows did, because those are fun and makes me feel so much better for this new Thor movie.
It was Thor and Daryl, was it?
Yes, Thor and his roommate Daryl.
Yeah, okay.
And it's Thor being a regular guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also at some point in time, I guess we should say we're back with more of the Pope on film.
Yeah.
This is fun to edit. Good luck deciding where to start. I've been talking for a while. For a while, I was singing a song. Have fun with this.
And while we are on random movies,
yes,
Gunslinger looks like a piece of shit.
I can't believe that Hollywood has gotten a very unique and original book series and turned it into just more shit. How did you even fucking do that? How in the world did you get something so original and make it look like fucking everything else?
I mean, first off, you've got to realize that they have got to get me over the anger of the actual book series itself. But even with that intense anger, and the one thing I would bitch slap Stephen King over, okay? Even with that, I'm not hard to look. You suckered me into 7 books over a period of over 20 fucking years. Okay?
That just
You
started
managed
over.
to do it.
Started over at the end.
You managed to do, and then started over at the fucking end. Started over at the end. You little bitch. Okay? But even still, you're going to make a gunslinger movie. I'm going to have to buy into that. Unless you do it like you've done, where your trailers are showing me nothing. Okay?
Yeah.
And having now gone and read up on the movie, I hate it even more.
Well, I saw a poster somewhere. For this that showed the poster was just a close-up picture of whatever the thing is that he was missing that caused him to restart at the end of the book series, and it said the story will finally end or something like that. That basically this time around with the movie series, it's finally going to end. So they're deviating from the ending of the book series itself.
It's not even a movie series. They are making no obligation whatsoever to make anything more than just this one movie. And in the fucking trailer, they show the Dark Tower explode.
Yes.
Do I need to see this movie? They have shown nothing of Midworld.
Yeah.
You know, they have shown nothing of this world that was created. All you see is Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey. None of the original, well, Jake is in it. None of the other characters from the book series are in it.
At all. Yeah.
At all. So, like, why do you want me to see this movie? You know, the world isn't there, the characters aren't there. You know, it's gonna take from all 7 books, it says.
Yeah.
Into one fucking movie?
And they're working on a companion TV show. That I don't understand. How are they going to make a TV show and a movie at the same time, and how are they in any way going to be related to each other?
They're not, because because the TV show is going to take place between I forget which way. It's on one side or the other of Wizard and Glass.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
And that placement barely tells you what it may have to do with.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes no sense. None of this makes any sense.
Yeah. So, I guess thanks for that.
Yeah.
You know, like the Dark Tower fucks us one last time.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's break
the
down
Dark Tower series is going to be raping my dead corpse 20 years after I'm dead.
Yep. Insane.
Yes.
And I'm weirded out at the fact that that a corporation will continue to make Star Wars movies probably well after I'm dead.
Yes.
Like, I was done. I finished all the Star Warses, and now a corporation has bought this franchise and will continue to make Star Wars movies. It will never be done now.
Mm-hmm.
I was done. I watched all of them, and now they will just continue to come at me. I will never be done with Star Wars.
And
that pisses me off.
And isn't it inevitable that these Star Wars movies wind up breaking down to being the beach blanket bingo of science fiction movies?
Yeah, like that skit that Carrie Fisher did when she hosted SNL right after Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Princess Leia on the beach with Frankie and the gang, and they were singing songs and stuff. Yeah, it's adorable. That's an adorable skit.
I mean, as far as I care, they gave up quality like 5 movies ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's like oh, what's the newest one? What's the one that just came out? It's on Netflix.
Rock Uno.
Huh? Yeah, that one.
Rock Uno.
And like I tried to watch it. I watched it for a little while, and then it was just kind of annoying, so I shut it off. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So having to curse our children with this, I don't know. I don't think we should be doing this. I don't think we as a society should be going there.
Yeah. Fucking Star Wars. So let's discuss the plot of this week's movie, Song of the South. A stereotypically cheesy, angelic Disney chorus plays over old-timey credits, and we're 30 seconds into the film, and already I feel racist just for watching this. Even Aladdin ends with the angelic Disney chorus. It's ridiculous. Anyway, there's some pointless graphic title credits in the beginning about the Old South.
Yes.
So a white family is going to visit their grandmother's plantation in Georgia somewhere. The young boy is excited to finally meet this Uncle Remus character that he's heard so much about on Reddit.
Yes.
But the kid doesn't know that his mommy and daddy are separating, and it's no doubt all his fault, the little shit. He probably loves the kazoo.
Yes.
I'm just guessing this kid is a big kazoo fan. So the dad leaves, the boy cries, hey, kid, you should suck it up. This is a Disney film. You have no idea how lucky you are that one or both of your parents aren't fucking dead. This is a Disney film after all. It's rare for you to still have your mom.
Yes.
Just to be clear. So the dad leaves the boy.
Because had this been any other Disney movie, the parents would be dead, and he would be raised by the darkies as one of their own.
Yeah, yeah. So the boy, I forget the boy's name. Let's just call him Shitface.
Yes.
So Shitface decides, I'm going to run away. That's what I'm going to do. Run away. He's even got like a fucking bindle.
Yes.
He's got like a cheesy ass bindle. Like, damn, way to fight stereotypes. Whatever. So he's running away, and on his way out, he hears Uncle Remus telling stories to all the little black children. And also, all of these black people are just the happiest people in the world.
They are.
I'm so happy I have a job. That's the sort of can-do attitude you need from your slaves. Wow, what a great opportunity. Like, basically, The slaves were so happy to be slaves that they would wake up and immediately start singing, "Everything is awesome!
Mm-hmm.
Everything is cool when it's slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is awesome when you are a slave."
And it looked nice. It looked beautiful. You wanted to hang out
Oh,
with
yeah.
them because they were
yeah.
just so damn happy that you
Yeah.
couldn't help feeling happy yourself.
Yeah.
But of course, anytime a white person or a white child enters into this scene or scenes like it, all the attention has to go to them.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Everything comes to a screeching halt, and now it's all about the white person in the scene.
Yeah. So word gets out that Shitface is missing, but Uncle Remus straight up knows. You know what? That cracker's hella hiding in those bushes, crying like a little bitch. So Uncle Remus goes to Shitface and they talk a bit. Shitface wants to walk to Atlanta, I'm assuming to kill some walkers.
Yeah.
Fuck Walking Dead. But Uncle Remus is all, hey, you got any food with you for your journey to Atlanta? No? Bitch, you're dumb as hell. Coming out here with no food. What do you think? Let's go back to my apartment and we'll get some food. And of course, once they're there, Uncle Remus starts talking about his crazy Brer Rabbit stories to distractify the kid. And we're finally into some animation! Yay!
Mm-hmm.
So, Uncle Remus goes into an animated sequence. Literally, he is walking into an animated scene, which really made me think, I really need to question this guy. So tell me, Uncle Remus, have you ever been to Bahia? No? Oh, I am so sorry for you. Let's go to Bahia, have a weird drink mixed by a crazy guy. The buildings will start dancing. We'll see a cockfight. We'll all try to bang the same chick. Bahia!
But now that gave me the impression, okay, that what the movie was trying to say is that this is really the world that the slaves live in all the time. It is a magical animated place. You know, that that you don't know about unless you are allowed into the Negro magic.
Yes.
That allows you to see this wonderful animated world.
Yes.
You know, so really being a slave is much, much better than being a white person.
Yes.
Because it is just that magical and that wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's when we get zippity doo dah, zippity a, yada yada yada. I do not care today. Uncle Remus meets Brer Rabbit, who's leaving his briar patch, running away from home. Hey, that's just like little Shitface.
Yeah.
So yada yada yada, Brer Fox and his big dumb sidekick, Brer Steve Bannon, keep trying to catch that old Brer Rabbit. And Brer Rabbit learns that his home, his briar patch, is where he wants to be. And the shit-faced kid learns his lesson and goes back home with Uncle Remus, who takes the blame. He calls off the heat.
Yes.
On the kid. He calls off the heat and shit. So the next morning, Shitface and his slave best friend decide to torture a frog who keeps trying to hop away because even the frog knows this movie is offensive as shit and is trying to leave the set.
Yes.
So then the mom is like, come on, little shitface, let me dress you as Little Lord Fauntleroy so the poor kids nearby can torture the shit out of you.
What was she thinking?
Yeah. So he dresses him as Little Lord Fauntleroy. And ever worn a bonnet? Give it a try sometime. So him and his slave BFF go to catch frogs, but Shitface is rightfully taunted by bullies. Are they bullies? Or are they perhaps smart kids who just know better?
Mm-hmm.
So the bully's sister, poor girl, finds Shitface and gives him a dog, but the slave owners back at the plantation won't let him keep it. So the kid's sad. So he goes to talk with Uncle Remus, who takes the dog. Oh, and there's this wonderful scene where the kid is holding the dog, and the dog is sleeping, laying down in the kid's arms. But the kid's so excited that the kid decides to run off. But as he's running off, the dog still has his neck on the kid's arms.
Yeah.
So as he's running away, the dog is basically just It's like, damn it, you're choking your dog. You've had the dog for 5 seconds. Already you're choking the dog. So Uncle Remus takes the dog and takes us away to the magical land of racist animation. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
So yada, 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 Brer Rabbit gets into trouble with the Tar Baby.
Yes.
This is some seriously racist ass shit right there. Like, seriously. Fuck this fucking movie, seriously. I have worked at my local bookstore for almost 17 years now, and I have had a number of people come into the store asking for Uncle Remus books and Brer Rabbit and all of those classic stories. And of course, we don't carry them in the store, but we can definitely order them for you. They'll arrive in about a week-ish. And I've ordered it for a number of people. Number one, none of the people who I have ordered the Uncle Remus stories before have been under 50.
Okay.
No 17-year-old, no 22-year-old, no 31-year-old is looking for the Uncle Remus stories.
Yeah.
These are all 60, 70, 80-year-old greatest generation motherfuckers who are looking for these books, and every time someone asks for one, they have to mention to me, the bookseller, about, well, when we grew up, we were raised with these stories, and they weren't racist.
Yeah, because the world fucking changes, you stupid bitch.
Yeah, that's why there aren't Sambo restaurants anymore.
Yeah. You watched a movie where a cowboy points a gun and you thought you were going to get shot, okay? How about that?
Yeah. I love the fact that there used to be restaurants called Sambos that basically, in like the 50s and 60s and 70s, there were basically a racist chain of Denny's out there.
Yes.
Like, imagine a Denny's, but with more racism.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing to me. Absolutely amazing to me. So yeah, Tar Baby, fuck this fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
This fable is all about not getting into other people's business. Hey, you shouldn't be messing around in business that don't concern you. Yeah, fuck helping people. Thanks, Disney. Hey, that man is being mugged. Hey, now, don't you be messing around in business that ain't yours now. Oh, okay. I won't help that person being mugged.
And furthermore, as we go into the future, guess what? We're going to find out that more and more shit is racist that we do not realize now. That's how this shit works.
Yeah.
We have had hate for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. We've only been trying to get by it since the 60s. You know?
Yeah, and slowly.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood was a big one of that. We used to say this, and that wasn't racist. Well, because you were all racist at the time. Of course you didn't think it was racist.
Yeah.
You're a racist now, you stupid motherfucker.
Yeah.
Of course you do not think these things are racist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brer Rabbit escapes from Brer Fox and Brer Steve Bannon's clutches by using reverse psychology on him.
Yes.
So, Shitface Kid uses reverse psychology on his two bullies, and their mother uses some good old-fashioned child abuse.
Yes.
Whack, whack, whack. This is okay. It's the 40s. Whack, whack, whack. Yeah. But Shitface's mom sees the dog still around and demands that Uncle Remus stop telling her shitty kid any more of his crazy Black Lives Matter stories.
Mm-hmm.
So, cut to Shitface's birthday is coming up. Will Daddy be coming to my birthday party? Oh, of course your daddy's not coming, son. Your father is busy banging a dancer in Atlanta. But anyway, Shitface goes to talk to Uncle Remus and ends up crying again.
Mm-hmm.
In a way where you just want to slap him.
Yeah.
He's just one of those kids, you just want to give him a good old-fashioned 40s slap.
Yes.
Sit down, get a hold of yourself. Whack! You know? It's like, just slap him. Just kazoo it. Just kazoo it. So the day of his big fancy party shows up, and the poor girl, who is friends with Shitface, gets dressed up all nice, but the bully kids push the girl in the mud, so now she's crying and she can't go to the party.
I think technically she got gussied up.
Yeah, she got gussied up for the big party, the big ball.
Yeah.
So she's crying because she can't go to the party now. Shitface Kid gets pissed, so he weak fights the bullies. But then Uncle Remus shows up for the save, and he takes the two sad kids away to Animation Land. Yay!
Yeah.
So yada yada yada, Brer Rabbit is about to be cooked, but he tricks his captors by telling them about the laughing place. And by the end of the story, everybody's laughing. Uncle Remus, Shitface, poor girl, they're all laughing and laughing. So Shitface and poor girl go out looking for their own laughing place. But dumbass Shitface Kid misses his own fucking birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
And Mom gets pissed off about it, and rightly so. So you know what he does? You know what she does? You know what she does?
What?
She yells at Uncle Remus. She gets angry at Uncle Remus. She reams Uncle Remus.
Yes.
Reamception. Yeah. You see what I did there?
Mm-hmm.
See what I did there? Yeah. So Uncle Remus leaves. He decides to go to Atlanta with Donald Glover. Donald Glover's in. He's in Atlanta with rappers and drug dealers.
Uh-huh.
Now we're getting to the best part. My favorite part of the whole movie. I don't know when the last time was that I cheered this loudly. Uncle Remus is leaving. Shitface Kid sees him leave and decides, I'm going to try and stop him. I know. I'll cut through the bull enclosure I was dramatically worried about earlier in the film.
Yes.
And then, blammo! Bull 1! Little Lord Fauntleroy 0. Best part of the movie. Nothing like seeing that mom scream because the kid just got gored. Yes! If I were making this movie, end credits right there. Just Old Yeller the film.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kid dies, the end. Uncle Remus goes to Atlanta, ends up saving the world from the zombies.
Yes.
So here's the part where we get to my fan theory about this movie, Song of the South. Okay, so cut to the kid is on his deathbed. He's on his deathbed. His dad finally arrives, but the kid only wants to see Uncle Remus. He can barely talk. Uncle Remus, Uncle Remus. So they bring Uncle Remus in, and he starts talking about Brer Rabbit and the laughing place. But then, next thing you know, the kid is healthy. He feels fine. He's singing and skipping, and there's animated characters everywhere. Everyone's friends and shit, and they literally skip off into the sunset. And hey, maybe I'm weird. Maybe the internet has ruined me. Maybe spending so much time with the internet at my disposal has changed the way I and everyone looks at the world.
Yeah.
But I think the kid fucking died.
I would go with the kid died. I would go with the kid died, and I would go with how angry the mother was with Uncle Remus that she most likely beat him to death, because you could do that, and that was Uncle Remus in his spirit form taking the child away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That the kid died, and now this is just the kid's heaven. Now that he's dead, he gets to spend eternity with Brer Rabbit and the laughing place and everything else, and he's skipping off into heaven.
And meanwhile, Uncle Remus is like, I'm dead, and I'm still saddled with this little fucking white kid.
Yeah. How come I don't get to go to Black Heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Disney is racist as hell. Angelic Disney Chorus. The end. And that, my friends, is Song of the South, or as it's called in German, Der Song of der South.
Yes.
As it's called in Spanish, Span Song of the Southish.
Everybody,
South, literally in Spanish.
Everybody should have to watch this movie at least once.
Yeah.
We need to remember where we came from.
If we are ever hoping to move on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a movie that was completely acceptable family fun film by the Disney Corporation.
Yeah.
So obviously, no worries here.
Yeah. Fuck this movie. Fuck Disney. Fuck Splash Mountain. That's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
And that is all I've got for
that
this.
That is all I've got too. There's not much else to, there's not much else to say about Song of the South. It's if you remove the racism, there's not much interesting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The cartoons are fairly standard cartoons. There's nothing to write home about in the cartoons.
Yeah.
The kid was your basic little whiny white kid from any Disney movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something people should see. And if you want to see it, goddamn it, you can download it right now on archive.org. It's that easy. Another thing you can download right now on archive.org is the epic Godzilla movie, Destroy All Monsters, which we will be doing next week on the Pope on Film.
Yes.
For homework, I went ahead and already sent them to you.
Oh, cool.
Bunny, the homework. They should be waiting for you.
Thank you.
2 bizarre videos called called Off the Air videos, Dreams/Off the Air and Nightmares/Off the Air /YouTube. They are both /Adult Swim, and they are both on YouTube. Yeah. Bizarre, as I like to call them, organic acid trips. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. If you are prone to seizures, maybe you shouldn't watch these videos. But whole bunch of fun. Next week, we're also going to be talking about alien abductions and YouTube.